One of the most important things you need to understand about what's going on is that you have a choice with your finances, with your investment, your 401ks. You need to understand one thing and one thing very importantly. Right now, if you go to the S&P 500, every last one of those companies in the S&P 500, and you take those names as you see right now and go into the Epstein files, you'll start to understand that there's a link with the CEOs, the board of directors, and the chief executive office of every one of those single companies inside of the Epstein files. And what does that mean? That means that a lot of you don't want to have any kind of association with pedophilia, lower vibrational energy. You don't want to associate your currency with that kind of energy. Does that make sense? Unless you do. Now, you're saying, what are my options? What can I do about this very fucked up situation? Well, I'm about to break it down to you. Number one, you have the power to move your 401k into an IRA. Number two, with that kind of ability, you also have the ability to move every last one of the EFTs or ETFs into a commodity-backed situation. Did you know that you can have your 401k completely leveraged or sporadically leveraged with commodities like gold, silver? You didn't know that, did you? Did you also know that the IRS does allow for you to store the actual bullion in a registered safe? See, these are the questions that you need to unpack. These are the questions that you need to learn. You need to understand that every last one of these companies are about to take a nosedive because of their affiliation with those pedophilic situations. And I don't want you to be caught up in that situation at all. So, in this course, you're going to go over some of the main things that you need to understand about how you can leverage your investment portfolio, where you can buy the actual ETFs, where you can actually buy the commodities and have them backed by the investment strategy that you're going to play in. The days of you having to follow and be led by somebody else are over. No longer do you need to play the games that everybody else is playing for you to get your financial freedom. I'm letting you know that whole market correction with all of these stocks and all of these gold things going down, you have the ability to stay free. And with that ability, you need to make the decisions to move your money, number one, into a diversified portfolio that's not attached to companies that are going to have devaluations because of their association with the Epstein files. Does that make sense? Are you understanding what I'm saying here? So if you go into the course, I'm giving you the outline, the play, every single move you need to make, giving you the insights that are going to make you a little bit more maneuverable in this future. I'm sharing with you how to identify which ones associate with gold and silver. I'm going to break down the actual trade tickers, stock tickers, and everything that you need to purchase, to procure gold, silver, platinum, copper right now. Again, if you go to the S&P 500, where most of the indexes that your Fortune 500 associations with the ETFs and the EFTs, if you will, that are banked into your mutual funds for your 401k, they are associated with the Epstein files. And because they're associated, you need to understand some people are not going to want to associate with that. And when you understand that, you're going to see the devaluation in a lot of those stocks, and you're going to ask yourself, what do I do next? And when you understand what to do next, you start to make conscious decisions about your investment. See, everything is energy. Everything is energy. And when you understand that, you start to move in a vibration where saying, I am not going to let somebody tell me where to invest my money. If these people are playing with children, I don't want my money there. I want to put my money in a commodity that's going to have utility for the eternity of my existence. You better have a great, fantastic, blessed, and abundant day. Oh, yeah.